Hey guys, this video apparently for some reason was just a lot more compressed or whatever, but it's very blurry. I'll try to make it easier by like popping up things to show like exactly what I mean if you can't really see it. Hello, okay, today I will be showing you how to have your own custom resource pack into Bedrock Minecraft. As you can see, I have my own designs and custom things. And I can also show you how to do custom horns, like this. Yeah, they get kind of loud. So without further ado, let me show you how to get that started. First thing you want to do is come over to GitHub to get the Bedrock sample here. Always get the latest version. You don't want to get a pre-release because they could have bugs and stuff if you want to do like behavior packs. So I just go with the latest version that's, official. Like it says right here, latest. And then you would hit source code to install. I have right here, I've already installed it, just for the latest release. Don't mind the picture. Anyway, so we're gonna grab our Bedrock sample here, which you should have just installed. If not, then go do that, or this entire idea is it's kind of a lot more difficult. What you want to do after you're getting your Bedrock sample is create a new file or a new folder. You can name it whatever you want. We're gonna name it testing, if I can spell it correctly. Again, name it whatever you would like. Then after you go into this, you want to open your file right here. This we can set aside for a second. Then you also want to open your Bedrock sample and have them like right next to each other. Make it a little bit easier on you. After going through that, what you want to do is go to resource packs. And then over here, you just have this. And then on this side in your new folder, you're going to want to go to new and make a new folder. In this case, you want to name it textures. So textures, and then in this case, we're going to be changing an item. So you're going to open textures over here, and then this, then name it items. Make sure they match. They cannot be different or it won't work at all. So we go to items, and then do any item you want. Let's do a wood axe, right? So we're just going to copy it. Don't move it directly. You want to copy it, because if you move it directly, then everything that you move over here is going to come to here, and you won't have the original textures if you ever want to change it back and all that. So I recommend just copying it over. If not, then there might be a whole bunch of problems in the future if you ever want to rechange how it looks. After you have this, we can set this aside for a second, and then just mainly focus on this. You can even minimize it if you would like. So after you have this, what you want to do is edit it in any way you want. So at the moment, this is what we have, and we will edit it. Just you need any editing software that can do pictures. So now that we are here in Photoscape, we are going to edit, choose our item, and then edit however you'd like. After you have edited whatever you want, in this case I just made my wooden axe to be green, you would like to save it. Then after you save it, we're going to come back to right here, and then we're going to go back, and we're going to be on this page right here. So for sake of example, when we come over here, if you want to do another thing, like say you want to change, let's say a block, right? If you want to change a block, what you would have to do is come over here, create a new folder, and type in blocks. So it has to be the exact thing or it won't work. And then here are all of your blocks, and then you do the exact same thing. But in this case, we are not doing that. We are just doing the texture. After you have textures, you're going to come over here and you're going to need two things. Your manifest JSON, and then you're going to need a pack icon. Again, I recommend copying them over so you have the base here and then your copied version here. And then once again, you can set this to the side or minimize it, whatever you would like to do. So we're going to be focusing on these two things. First is your pack icon, just another picture, so edit it however you like. And then when you double click on it now, it should say whatever you have. Then now for the scary part, ooh, not really, right here. So you have your manifest JSON, and you don't need to really change the description. You can change the description if you want, but make sure that if you change it, like vanilla resource pack, that these are both the same up here. If not, then it's gonna be all weird. So in this case, this right here is the only line that really matters. We are gonna name it test pack. That's really it. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just gonna name it test pack for, example. So after you name your thing, you're gonna need a new UUID, which is this right here. You can go online and find a UUID generator, or you can just do what I do and simply like delete 4 numbers and then type in some random 4 numbers. It doesn't really matter, but you want to change both of them. And then come over here. These don't have to match. As you can see, they are not matching, and you don't want them to. So, but yeah, as long as they are different and not the same as a new pack. So every time you make a new pack, you want to change the UUID, or it's just going to say trying to download a duplicate, which we don't have a duplicate of. So after that, we're going to hit File, Save. After you save the file, you can exit out of that. Okay, so now that we have our textures, what you're going to want to do is come over here and copy all of it, and you're going to compress it to a zip file right here. And then you can name the zip file whatever you want. I'm going to name it yo. Just why not, right? It's kind of fun. So in order to see the .zip, you need to go to View, Show, and then Name File Extensions. So if we click it, the .zip is going to go away. If we go back to the View, Show, File Name Extensions, it's going to go to zip. After you get that, you want to change your .zip to mcpack. Right here, press enter. This is going to pop up. You want to hit yes, I am sure. After pressing that, you are just going to double click or just open your pack and Minecraft should automatically pull up. Successfully imported test pack. And now to see your packs, what you want to do is go to settings, go to global resources, then my packs. After you go to your testing or your pack that you made, you want to hit activate. And then you're going to let it load what you are going to have. So we go here and look at that. Our wooden ox is now green. When we're holding it and all that, it's going to stay green. It's always going to be green until we take that off. And now on to making a custom music disc. You don't really need this anymore as long as you have the pack. We're going back to the Bedrock sample here. Now that you have the Bedrock sample, what do you want to do? Just go to resource pack. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Obviously you want to come over here and make a new thing and name it sounds. So going into sounds, you want to do, sounds. And then for the sake of the video, I'm going to be changing a music disc. After you make your sounds folder, you want to come over here and then you want to make a new folder and you want to name it music. You might not see it over here, but that's fine. You should be perfectly fine with that. So you want to go into music and then you want to make a new folder over here and you're going to name music. Well, not music. You want to come over here and name it game. And after naming it game, you want to go in here, make a new folder, name it records, and then this is where you're gonna have all of your music and stuff. So we're gonna back up to this page right here. Now what you need to do is find out what you want to use for your sound. You want to get an MP3 file, which I've done here, to a song that I've made. So after going to this, what you're gonna need to do is convert it into a .ogg file. I'm going to Convertio, which is really nice. I like it a lot. You can choose your file. For this example, I'm going to be going to my testing file and grabbing my thing that I made here and just drag it over here. This is going to be like, oh, you want to go into an MP3? How do you want to convert it? And then it needs to be an OGG file. And then you hit convert and let it do its thing. Okay, then after it converts, you're just going to hit download here and then let it do its thing. As you can see, I've already done it once. Okay, so now that you have your o.gg file, what you need to do is go to sounds, music, just go all the way down to records right here. You're going to put your downloaded file into here. And then after that, we're going to back up to this screen. And you want to keep this right here. A thing about the music disk is that the certain music discs have certain lengths, and you can't really bypass how long it is. After going through, you want to find the music disc that you would like to use. So each music disc has a timestamp right here that you can't really bypass, so you just have to choose a song that fits that timestamp. This example, the song that I used was about 7 minutes, so we can find the one that has the longest. In this case, it's Blocks. It has a 5-minute and 45-second runtime. Something I forgot to mention is if you do a song that's over the runtime, it's just gonna cut out. And if you do a song that's under the runtime, it's just gonna be silent until you swap the disc. So you want it to find the perfect length for it. And I mean, like, you can be off by a few seconds, that doesn't really matter, but if it's over the time limit, like, for example, 5:45, and if I did a 6-minute song, those last 15 seconds, you won't hear it because it's just going to cut off. After going back out of that, what we want to do is come over here. And then what you want to do is go to text. Here, you also should make a new folder. File, and then you want to name it text. With an S, not like how I did it. You want the S. Boom, and then open the text. And then what you want to do is find your language, which in my case, I'm American, so I will be using the US language right here. So make sure you copy it into here. This is very important. When you have your US language or whatever language you plan on using, you want to open that. What you're going to look for is something called item.record. Press enter, and then you're going to be seeing a whole bunch of these right here. So this part is very important. What you want to do is leave your text, come back to your thing right here, and you want to use whichever one that you have. In this case, we use Blocks. You want to copy the name of your MP3 file, and you want to bring it over here. And then how to do that is come over here, and then at the equal sign, you copy the name. So in this case, Blocks dot disk equals IDEK. You want to do it at the equal sign. Don't go past the equal sign. You can do spaces and all that. This would work as well, but for simplicity, I'm just doing this. And then you would like to save your file. So after saving it, you then need to go back to Sounds, Music, Game, Records, here. And then you want to name your OGG file to the name of the disk that you used. In my case, I use Blocks. So we name it to Blocks. And then now, that should be all said and done. And since we have this, what you want to do is rechange your manifest JSON. Now that we have this open, name it to test music. Again, name it whatever you want. But then you can also do the infamous changing your UUID. In my case, I am just doing that, and then over here, change some more of these to that. Okay, so now that you have your UUID, you can just hit File, Save. So now that you have your file or your manifest.json set up, what you want to do is compress to a zip, and then name it again, whatever you would like, and then back to MC-Pack. Yes, I'm confident. And then you just nope, you want to double click that. And now that we are back in our world, what we can do is grab our lovely music disc. So we have our music disc right here, and then we're going to come over here and play it. And that's how you do that. You don't need to listen to it. You can change how it looks and all that. I just overrid one of the other music discs I did. I didn't show you how to change this, but it's exactly how you would with the wooden axe. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Other than that, that's it. It's pretty simple and easy to work with. Thanks for watching.